to my personal favourite Prince tracks. This time, looking at the incredible How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore. An absolutely phenomenal song. Originally recorded in 1982, was the B-side to a 1999 single. Incredible track of Prince, solo at the piano, his falsetto in full range, just incredible. And showing even back then in the early years of his career, what a master he was already, just being solo on the piano and doing that kind of thing. You know, long before the last project of his life, the piano and the microphone project, he was doing that right from the get-go. Always had throughout his whole career, was just a master of doing this type of song and playing on the piano like that. Absolutely incredible. I didn't actually hear this song until 1990 on the Purple Rain tour, the VHS tape, the Syracuse, New York, I think it was, show. Me and my cousin rented it out from Blockbuster Video to watch it, and yeah, and then I managed to buy a copy, track down a copy and buy a copy not long after that. So for 3 years, until it was, when it was finally released in 1993 on the Hits the B-side, that's the only version that I knew. And you've got to remember back then, if you didn't buy the record or knew someone who had the record and it wasn't played on the radio, you're not going to hear it. So it was a different day. There's no way you could just Google something or find out anything, you know, like you can today. So so for 3 years, every time I heard it, and every time I listened to it, I always heard Prince going in between each line. But when I heard it on the Hits the B-side, I was waiting for it. And those of you who've seen that tour, you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've seen that performance. So he goes, you know, I keep your picture beside my bed. Even to this day, sometimes when I hear it, I still want to do that. I still think about it, because for 3 years, that's the only version that I knew, as the way he performed it on that tour. I love that little bit actually in it. Oh, I kind of missed it when I heard the record the first time. I was like, oh, he's not doing that bit, but anyway, whatever. There you go. But the song itself, another fantastic, you know, heartbreak song. Kind of lines like the beautiful ones. You know, and Prince again, you know, nursing a broken heart, and you know, singing about why don't you call me anymore? Just one lousy dime, you know, why don't you call me sometime? And when you think back those days as well, again, you know, with relationships, things like that, it's very true. You know, there was no social media, no all these millions of ways to interact and contact each other. So in those days, if you didn't see the person, you either wrote them a letter or phoned them up, and that was it. You couldn't check online or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or WhatsApp or, you know, Snapchat, blah 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 blah, whatever it is these days, that you can find out where that person is or whether they're online or what they're doing. Okay, they may block you but if you split up, but you can still find out through friends and all that. Those days it was totally different. So, you know, that isolation, that desperation in a relationship when it's gone wrong, or where you're just sitting there, just why she stop calling, you know, like Prince says right at the end, you know, why on earth can't you just pick up the phone? You know I don't like to be alone. Why must you talk to me? And you know, most of us that have been there know what that was like. So that, you know, just why it really comes through in that song. And Prince's voice in it as well is incredible. His falsetto is fantastic. He goes through the whole range. He does some low bits as well, and an incredible screams in there, which he's famous for. You know, I love it when he does that. There's a bit where he sings about still like the fire on a rainy night, and then he goes, you know, it just gets higher and higher and keeps going. You know, oh, it's amazing, that bit. I love that bit. And then again later on, you know, he goes, damn it, why you want to go break my heart? It's just fantastic. It's kind of like a bluesy sound with the piano. You know, it's just so fantastic. It's just a great song, and always a favourite from the moment I heard it on that Purple Rain tour. And obviously it was famously covered by Alicia Keys in 2001 on her, you know, debut album, Songs in A Minor. Which is a great album, and she did a really good version. It's slightly different. It's got more of a beat to it. It's got quite a booming bass line that goes in. It goes boom, boom, doo doo, boom, like that, you know. And she did a really good job of it. It's a really good version, actually. I actually saw her on her debut tour as well that year, or no, the following year, at Wembley Arena, and she performed it. And she did a really, really good job, and she was an excellent live performer as well. So she done a really, really good job of that. There's still that nagging thing at the time, though, because suddenly she was making the song popular again to new generations, and you know, there was still that. Wish they knew like the Prince version. I love the Prince version as much as I like this one. And I suppose it's probably what our parents were like when they seeing songs from the 60s and what have you being remade in the 70s and 80s, you know, and we were listening to them thinking they were originals, and our parents were like, yeah, I've heard this before. I mean, God, I'm turning into my parents. No! Oh dear. But it's very true, you know, and I was sitting there thinking, oh, I wish people could hear the Prince version. But thankfully the following year, 2002, and Prince did the One Night Alone tour, which I said before. I went to Hammersmith in Apollo in London, and he was doing it on that tour as well, playing it again. This time a more jazz style, slightly quicker pace, and it had a kind of harmonica sound played through it. I think it was actually done through the keyboards, and Renato might have been doing it, going through it all, and that's fantastic. The night I saw Power Fantastic, he did How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore as well. I mean, oh my God, he just in heaven. You can't get better than that. You can't, you know, it's just incredible. And on that performance as well, the brilliant bit where he goes into the screen, you know, when he goes, please, do, 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 please, do, 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 please. And he goes, yow! And then it just goes, like on a loop. And it was incredible. When you were there, all the speakers, just his scream, like, he was like that. Oh my God, you know, unbelievable. It was great, and it's on the CD, One Night Alone Live, as well. It comes through on there as well with that scream and with that effect on it as well. It was fantastic. So you check that out if you've never listened to that one. Really, really great performance of it. It's always a favourite of all the fans again, especially, you know, another live classic. You know, when Prince gets on the piano. And you know, you just think, what an amazing song. He was so great at writing songs like that, you know, heartbreak songs and things like that, but making them also kind of cool in a way, not to make you cry or upset or anything, but just like, yeah, that's it, man, that's it, but making it damn cool as well, you know. And that was just such a great gift. So what a great song. So How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore? Why not? It's just a lousy dime.